Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Grumpy Vlogger Live.
Hello everyone, how y'all doing today? Wow. Okay, I'm here, I'm on time, and I'm awake, well, sort of. But, yeah, let me go ahead and bring in my co-host with the most, none other than Mr. Arthur Carlson. Hey,
Yeah.
Art. How you doing, buddy?
Woohoo. I'm doing pretty good, not too bad. Tired. I worked 10 hours today at work. Went in an hour early, so I've been up since 2:30.
I was up at 3. We talked about that for a moment. Yeah, last night, for some reason, Judy and I went to sleep. I'd slept good the night before. I came into your show last night, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, ready to go. I had a good night's sleep. We'd gone shopping the day before, and I just saw what T-Bird just wrote up there. I got to put that up there.
Yep.
Poop powder is the rage down under. Teenagers sniff it through.
Tim.
Oh my God. Yeah, well, whatever works. But anyway, so at 3, so we went to sleep fairly early last night. Had a good day yesterday, and we went out shopping Saturday. Yeah. Anyways, so last night at 3:00, Judy wakes me up. She says, "Lloyd, you need to wake up." I said, "Why?" She says, "Well, that coat needs to be washed." And I said, "Okay, I'll wash it in the morning." She said, "No, now." What? So I get up at 3:00 because I don't want to argue with her. I'm hoping she'll go back to sleep. And I put on a load of laundry. So, and then she kept waking me up about, I'd doze for a little bit, and then she'd wake me up. And then at 8:30 this morning, she wanted to go somewhere. I said, "Babe, nothing's open. It's 8:30 in the morning." I said, "Did you get confused about days and nights again?" And she didn't really answer me, but then, it's like, she had one of them moments. And it's like finally she went to sleep. I went to sleep. I woke up, and then, I grab my sleep when I can. And she just not had quite as good a day today as she did this weekend. I think she wore herself out this weekend. But anyways, well, part of it is I was telling you, Art, before I had to boot you. I have a cousin. I have 3 cousins that are, sister's the oldest, and then the 2 boys are younger. Their mother died when they were young, and their dad had been he was a death camp survivor, or death march survivor from Bataan, and he had a lot of issues. When his wife died, he was left with 3 young kids that take care of by himself, and he had a lot of his own issues. And
oh boy,
our parents, as I said, our families have known each other all the way back to Adam, I think. And so her parents were the only ones who would step in and keep all 3 of the kids together and raise them. So they were raised as brothers and sisters. Well, the youngest one, who's 3 years older than me, 69. No, he's not that. Anyways, he's 69. I have to.
Math is not your strong suit.
No,
today.
It's not my strong suit today. No. But anyways, his older brother went over to check on him, and his kidneys had quit functioning, and so they took him to the hospital. Turned out he had really massive kidney stones that was blocking off. Anyways, long story short, he goes in ICU for that. They start doing dialysis, and he gets out of ICU, and then he goes back into the cardiac ICU, and because his heart's starting to fail. So now he's dealing with that, and So then they get him out of that, and then last night his intestines perforated, and
oh boy,
they wanted to go in and do surgery, and he was refusing. So his sister calls me up. She's in here. Finally, I saw this. Of course, Judy was upset because this is like a kid brother to her, and the long and short of it is they did do the surgery, and he's mad. He's pissed off because apparently his daughter and his daughters and wife stepped in and said he's having the surgery, and so he survived the surgery, but it's not looking good, and and I think that's what threw her off. She was really upset last night, and then I think she just got her days and nights mixed up. But anyways, now that I've had all that sadness and woe and misery, let's go on and welcome everybody. Let's start at the top here. We got Jody Drone Shots, and we have Trevor, and then we have Grant, and then we have Glenn. Boy, we got the Down Unders really represented tonight, and then you're here, and let's see, Mark R. White from the UK, yeah, and yep, 107s, yeah, and it's a USA Drone Flyer Captain Joe America,
Captain
and
Maddie,
Huh? Oh, is Maddie in now? Okay.
Yep.
One Vision Aerials, yes. Dustin.
Dustin.
And let's see who else. Billy Tompkins, welcome.
Billy.
And
Billy needs to be blue.
Yes, he does. Let me take care of that. What? Where is it? Have you done it or?
Nope.
Why?
Because I noticed he wasn't blue.
Come on.
Didn't know that I had those powers. I thought my powers were just with.
Oh, there it is down there. I hadn't. There's so many things to list. I hadn't.
Hey, we got Matt from Down Under, another Aussie.
Aha.
Awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, and Maddie's Drone World. Let's see who else. 107.
Matt Northeast. You know, I do a show on Saturday. You could come over and take a gander there. Yeah. I give away goodies there.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. So, okay, I think I got everybody. 107, Maddie's Drone World. Blind Neil. And
Blind Neil. Yep.
Yes, he needs to be blue as well.
Yep.
He's been following me for a long time. Anyways, so that's what's been going on.
Good.
Kind of a, but I mean, we had a good weekend. I don't know if you guys remember about a year ago about this time, we bought our new van, and the story is I was backing out, and we'd gone to Christmas shopping, and you've heard this already, Art, but I don't want to let everybody else know. Anyway, so you can go to sleep. I was backing out of the parking space, and bam, I hit something. And I was like, oh my God, is in my new van? I get out. I had not put my shopping cart up, which is rare for me. But, yeah, because I usually raise hell about people that don't do it. And apparently I'd gotten in a hurry. Well, about that time, Judy says, oh, my God, I've lost my wedding band. And it's, we bought it. I got one that has a heart on it, and hers has a 1 carat. Mine has a 1/2 carat, but hers a 1 1/4 carat. And it's irreplaceable. It was one that she's had for years, and it disappeared. Well, at the same time, this tweaker was over there dancing a jig out in the parking lot. Then she comes over, bums a cigarette, and asks to pray for Judy. Well, the correlation was, as we assumed that's where it had disappeared. When she held Judy's hand, that's when the ring disappeared. A year later, this Saturday, we were out shopping. Judy's putting sacks up, and she's emptying trash, and we have a console that sits between our two seats, and then, we have two passenger seats behind us in the van, the center row seating. Well, she's back there, and she sees something, and she pulls on it, and it's a hidden drawer. And it's got cup holders in it, and it's got a storage compartment in it. Well, somehow trash had fallen in that. We didn't even know it was there, so, I don't know how, but she starts digging it out, and all of a sudden, I'm in the back putting her wheelchair back in, using the lift, putting it back in, and she just starts giggling, and it's like, what are you laughing at? And she says, wait until you get in here. So I get in here, and I sit down and say, okay, what was so funny? I thought it was something she heard on Fox News on the radio or something. And she says, open up your hand. So I put out my hand, and she drops that ring now we filed a police report for it. We sent out pictures to all the pawn shops and everything, and she'd lost that, and she was, to say she was overjoyed is because it was really really important to her, and it was irreplaceable.
Awesome.
Because I couldn't afford to replace it now. I tried last year. So good Lord smiling down on us, and I don't have to buy her a new ring for Christmas. So
you can
anyway
buy her in Nevada.
Yeah, I might. I doubt it, but I might. Speaking of that, the joystick glove will be in tomorrow. The handle holder, or whatever you want to call it.
Handle holder, yep.
Yeah, the Uh,
What?
what's this about Maddie and not going to the doctor?
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, does he have is his back acting up
Messed
again
up
or his neck?
again? Yeah.
I know he had
Yeah.
some issues with his eyes. I think he's been welding without a visor again.
But I just saw what. Yeah, I just saw what Jim Beauchart put up. Okay. Yeah. No, I have not found it. It wasn't in the. It wasn't in my back seat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would have been a very small container.
Yeah.
Oh, it's his eye. Okay. Yeah. Get that taken care of, Maddie. Because that's
his eye.
You don't want to screw around with the eye.
No, you don't want to mess around with your eyes, especially as young as
you got
he
Johnny
is.
Drone Flyer. Hey, Johnny.
Hey, Johnny. Yeah.
And we got Ronnie. God bless America, and Jim Beauchart. Did you send Jim a link?
No, but you can send him one because I meant to. I forgot he was on my list today, so go ahead and send him one.
All right,
and
will do.
Yeah. So, anyways, yeah. So, are you got all your Christmas shopping done? Because we haven't even really started. Yeah.
No, I still got some more to go.
Yeah, I got a lot more to go, but that controller thing will be in that controller. I forgot what's it called. The CineMotion, I think it's called.
Yeah,
and it will be in tomorrow. But we bought some other stuff online. I got some stuff for Judy, and they all came at the same time. And this is one of the things that Judy got me. Now,
oh, cool.
That is not a pistol. This is a carbon fiber walking stick with a revolver for the handle and a fidget spinner for when you're just standing around with nothing to do, you know. But that's one of the things she got me for Christmas.
Oh, you know what? If you could shoot caps with that'd be cool.
Oh, that would be cool. Unfortunately, it is completely completely solid. The only thing that spins is just that. But
it looks like is that a top break?
Huh? Yeah, it is. It breaks over, okay. So it's like I'm trying to think what kind it is, but yeah, it would be a top break.
Yeah, like a Smith and Wesson.
Smith and Wesson, yeah, an old.
Yep.
But you know, she saw it and she thought, well, I need a new walking cane, and it's. Let me tell you, it's heavy and solid. She says, if not, she said I may not be able to shoot anybody. She says, but you can whack the hell out of them with that cane. So
yeah.
And,
look, is it adjustable?
No, it's a fixed. Well, I think it is down at the bottom, but I haven't adjusted it.
It looked like that middle thing had a thing where you get
it comes apart. It breaks down, so you can break it down in pieces. So
right.
But yeah, that's my new walking cane.
Cool.
But yeah, so she got me that, and I forgot what else, but you know, we're kind of just laid back right now about Christmas.
Cool.
We do all of our stuff on Christmas Eve, providing my daughter-in-law can get off, which she informed me she can. So,
good.
So, you know, we're gonna have that this year. But I tell you what, I got something I want to show you. Now,
okay,
this was on our local news Fox affiliate here in Tulsa, or up in Tulsa. But this comes out of Georgia, and I thought, you know, I like to occasionally I'll find those idiot of the weeks. Well, this guy, let me put myself on full screen, and let me show you this guy, and I'll read you. This guy is the idiot of the week. In a place called, let's see, a Georgia man was arrested after wondering on the sheriff's office social media site why he was not among the county's most wanted fugitives. Christopher Spalding is being held on 2 charges of felony probation violation. WSB-TV reported. His arrest was apparently made easier thanks to the response Spalding allegedly made on the Facebook page of the Rockland County Sheriff's Office. That would be Rockland County, Georgia, earlier this week. The post, which updated its most wanted list for November, caused Spalding to allegedly respond in the comment sections. How about me? You are correct, deputies responded. You have 2 warrants. We're on the way. Spalding was arrested several hours later. On Thursday, the sheriff's office posted a photograph of Spalding after his arrest. We appreciate you and your assistance in your capture, the sheriff's office wrote on Facebook. By not being on this list does not mean our fugitive unit is not looking for you if you have an active warrant. So that guy is the idiot of the week. So,
okay.
I thought that was just a funny story that was, there we go.
So
I thought
his name is Spalding?
Yes, his last name is Spalding.
Oh, okay. So his cousin is True Flight?
Probably, yeah. 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 And, you know, what kind of idiot goes on?
I know. It's
like,
what about me?
Yeah, what about me? I guess he was offended that...
That's like my dad's sister, my aunt, when they were little kids, and my dad got chicken pox, and she says, I want chicken pox too. And she did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know, it just... you kind of wonder about a guy like that, you know? Maybe he had nowhere to live.
It's Georgia.
Well, that's true too. Yeah, we'll see how
that'll give you a clue.
Yeah, that'll give you a clue. Let's see. I like the little boy that walked up to the bride and said, "My mom says you have some nerve wearing white." Yep. Yeah. So, if anybody's wondering where Dominic is at, I'm not sure where he's at, but he did text me, said he would be here in the latter half of the show. He is running late today, so hopefully he'll be there, and maybe Jim will come join us. I sent out a couple other links, but yeah, it's been. I haven't been able to fly my Avata because it's been too friggin' cold, or too windy, or too wet.
No,
you know.
Now, you didn't see my latest video, did you?
No, I did not.
It was cold when I flew it. I flew the Air 2 after I took the skin off.
Right.
And see how, see if I would get more GPS satellites.
Right.
And I did. So, hey, we got another Aussie. Mika Steve.
Yeah, Mika Steve. And we have Ken from Places
Here.
Man, yeah, it just goes to show you there is nothing on Monday nights right now.
Yeah.
If they're watching my show, there's nothing on Monday nights. But yeah, I will be doing a review, and I apologize, Casco Brad. I just watched your video, Art. Okay. I will be doing a review of the handle holder, or whatever you want to call it, the joystick, jock strap, or whatever I don't know what to call it, but anyway, I think it's called the CineMotion or something like that.
CineMotion.
Yeah, but and I talked about.
Do you get that at Cinnabon?
I don't think so. No. You saw Mark. He was still in his dressing robe. Yeah, he probably was. He said he was running late, so hopefully he'll be here later on. But yeah, it was. It's. I guess it. They actually who is it? Somebody makes stuff. I can't remember his name now. I should know that.
Yeah, Scotty.
Scotty makes stuff. Yeah, I think he's out of Australia. I think he's Australian,
yes,
but he has guys that are producing it here in the United States. So, because it's coming out of, I don't know, something like hillbilly highway, something out of, I don't know, Tennessee or someplace. It's like, I can't remember. But I was like, wait a minute, who the hell? Because I got to notice that it was coming through the mail. I'm like, who in the hell is this person? So I started backtracking, and so I went back to Scotty Makes Stuff to the site and looked, and then I saw that the tracking numbers were the same. So it's being sent from somewhere, the Carolinas or Tennessee or Mississippi or some places, hillbilly something or another. I like, okay, well, as long as it works, But so that's what I'm waiting on.
Cool.
Yes, the ball joint thing that makes it into a joystick. That's exactly what Judy asked me what I wanted for Christmas, and I said that's what I wanted. So, which if anybody who's watched my show very much will remember, I've talked about this since I first saw the Avata, because that was one of the things that excited me about the Avata was that controller and the fact that something else that I was thinking, because I have an FPV and I've thought about switching it, but it's analog, and I thought about switching it digital, but I thought, man, I can't afford the extra money of another set of goggles and all that, and I looked at some shortcuts.
Well,
but now with the update, yes,
it is compatible.
Oh, yeah, good. I don't know if it's if that update is out yet, because I don't think it's open yet, but I think Ken Dono he did a video on it, and it's supposed to be working with the older air units now. So, and the new one as well. So, that's probably what I'll do is I'll just take my analog system off and upgrade to an air unit and put it on there, and then I'll have that.
There you go.
Or, so that way if I want to get into the real FPV instead of just but I really like the idea of that controller being set up as a joystick, because that thing, it has you can put Velcro straps on, so you can strap it to your leg and just set it on your lap, and
strap it on your lap.
Strap it on your lap, and you just don't know what you're going to do with your joystick like that.
Armageddon!
Yeah, the new goggles work with the Vista, but I think it's still only a beta software. Yeah, I think that's they work with the Vista unit. So, so that's one thing I don't have to buy. And I got to admit, I don't have a problem with the goggles. I like them. They're comfortable to me, but I don't have a really broad nose, so I don't have to worry about it. I'm just waiting for somebody to come out with, there's some gel things that you just put over the original, but let's see, yeah. There we go. Let's put that up there. That's about right. A ball joint that turns it into a joystick is some kind of sex toy or something. Yeah. Well, I'm sure somebody's going to find something to say about it. But I'll be doing a review of that, and or you could put the 03 unit on it. Yes, I could. I'll probably do is put the 03 unit on and upgrade it that way.
Hey, we got Max Air.
Max Air. All right. Yeah. So, anyways, this is. Oh, look! I finally can see where it says how many people I have. I don't know why I have not been able to see that before. Some days I'm just as. Some days I'm just. It's right. It's actually in the view frame area. It's not. I was looking up there in the white border around it. I wasn't looking in the actual. It's okay. Now I can see we have 23. All right. So, and we have been privileged to have Max Air watch the show tonight. So, I'm trying to think. There's some other things I saw that I want to talk about, but my mind's a little foggy today because my sleep was so interrupted. But
the foggy Christmas Eve.
Santa came to say. Yeah, well, let's not go there.
Randolph with your gun so bright. Won't you guide my posse tonight?
Yeah, yeah.
You haven't heard that version?
No, I can't say that I've heard that one.
It's Randolph, the redneck uh, gunslinger or something.
I'm going to have to look that one up. That sounds funny. Yeah. Now, there's so many different, what's really funny is the fact that that song, that Gene Autry even did that. I mean, he was a cowboys, singing cowboy star, and of course eventually went on to be the owners of the Los Angeles. Was it Dodgers? No.
Oh yeah, that would be Chuck Connors.
No, who? No, Gene Autry went on to own a baseball team.
Yes, it was the Angels.
Was it the Angels? Okay, yeah,
I believe so.
Yeah,
and here he is.
There's
sorry, I'm
Mr. Colorful.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So how you doing, Dominic? You here to save the show,
right.
or just
I'm trying
to save the show? All right, good. Or are you just going to make it worse?
Yeah.
So
what have I missed out on?
You haven't missed out on much, that's for sure. We've been talking about the new. I was talking about the new
Cinnabon.
Yeah,
that helps you fly.
The CineMotion that
the CineMotion
that you can put the joystick and strap it to your leg. It's like,
you can strap it to your wheelchair
or your wheelchair or your sitting chair. If you're flying in the house, you can, Velcro it to your furniture. I'm sure your wife would just love that. Max Air wants to know, is that a sippy insurer?
Yeah, it was just easier to buy some baby food.
Was it? Okay.
Because I was just rushing around, and there's so many things going on at the moment. So I thought while I was there, I'd just get some baby food. It's a lot easier to work with. Because I've got a bit of time between.
I don't have that.
Oh, okay.
Baby food, huh? Okay. Well, yeah.
It just seems to be an easier way to just chuck it in my backpack because I've got a lot of running around to do. So
yeah,
we got Bill.
Yes, we got Bill from Coast to Coast Drones. Yes, and I missed his show Wednesday, but I will catch it this Wednesday.
I missed it too.
I missed
I've got a
everything
long
this week.
story about that.
Oh, do tell.
I donated blood that day, and before I donated blood, I had to get some groceries. So I bought a gallon of milk and some Jimmy Dean, those croissant sausage, egg, cheese thingies.
Yeah.
It's like an 8-pack and a 12-pack of Coke. So after you donate blood, they tell you don't lift anything heavy. So I carried that milk and the Jimmy Dean. I didn't carry the pop in. Left that out in the car. So I was watching Johnny Drone Flyer's show, the Fly for Fun show. And I just washed dishes and I ate one of those Jimmy Dean thingies. And I was just sitting there, and all of a sudden, I'm feeling terrible. I hear this buzzing sound, and everything is starting to fade. I passed out in my chair.
Oh,
and I woke up, I don't know how long, but my face was drenched with sweat. My pants and my shirt were wet. I'm like, oh God, and I'm getting kind of queasy.
Right.
So I passed out again for a few more minutes. Woke up, and I was feeling a little better, but the stomach was.
Right. Yeah.
Ran in the bathroom and did bring something up, not much, but And I'm like,
You.
uh-oh.
You're Ralph.
My other end is ready.
Oh my God.
So sat down and whoosh. And
Wow.
I just sat there for like I don't know, it seemed like forever, but I was just, when I finally started feeling better and my stomach was feeling better, I just said, the hell with that, I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
got my jammies on, went to bed, and that was at 7 p.m. And I slept till 3:30. 3:30? Yeah. Woke
Wow.
up to go to work. I was fine the next day.
Jimbo sure says, Art, come on, I'm trying to eat here. Yeah, well, yeah. See, this is what this is the thing about my show and the fact that I'm a vlogger. We get to talk about just anything that comes to mind, or, sometimes things that probably shouldn't come to mind. But,
Yeah.
YouTube, yes, and I do use replays. I just had, you're right, Bill. I will watch it, and my problem is a lot of times, like this last week, and I do watch a lot of stuff on replays.
Mm-hmm.
Johnny wants to know, did our show make you sick?
Yeah. No, actually, it was after the show that I felt
after the
sick.
show.
But I want to give
Maybe
a
you
shout
caught
out to
something
Matty for his. He did a shout out for me about my giveaway when I gave away that Mavic
Right.
Mini that
Right.
Gene Fox won. Mm-hmm.
Yes. That's right. Gene did win that. That's good. So, yeah. Well, actually, you missed one thing. I don't, for anybody, this is what Judy got me for Christmas. No, it's not a gun. It's a walking cane. She got me a new revolver-style walking cane with a fidget spinner. I can sit there and play with that all day long. So, and it is a good self-defense weapon. No, it doesn't fire bullets, but you can smack the shit out of somebody with it. I guarantee it. Yeah. Not that I need that because I usually have my pistol on me anyways, but so I don't have to worry about that. But yeah, it's was all that a result of just your blood sugar dropping too much and stuff from the blood from having your blood donation, or was it?
Yeah,
that's stuff.
Yeah, because they let you have a snack right there,
right?
And they had salted almonds that were so yummy.
Oh, yeah.
So just went
Scott.
right home and carried my groceries in and was doing fine, and
it'd make a good putter.
Just ate that sandwich and
yeah. Well, I've only donated blood once, and that was, good God, that was over 40 years ago. But then my blood pressure and everything's been too out of whack, and they said, don't bother, and
yeah, they don't want your medication coming.
Yeah, well, right, yeah. Somebody might get stoned off of some of the stuff I take,
Mm-hmm.
But Scott Nadeau is here.
Scott Nadeau, yep.
Yeah. So we got a good crowd tonight.
Yep. Yeah, you got up to 28 at one time.
Yeah.
It's got 27 now.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate that we don't have a good show.
Yeah.
I think everybody comes back just to see if it's going to be a good show.
Yeah.
But, someday I will surprise you.
Shit show.
Yeah, and that's usually what it is. That's usually what it is.
Everybody just loves watching the shit show, I reckon.
Yeah, speaking of shit shows, I'm going to do a quick plug here because, it's getting near Christmas time, and I'm sure you guys are looking for something just really special to buy, so let's just go ahead and do a shameless plug right here. So, this is stuff available in both my shows. Links are in the description. So, if you're desperate and you're really desperate, you can buy one of these crappy T-shirts or Or you can, we have T-shirts for those on the right and those on the left. You know, we're an equal opportunity T-shirt company.
Oh,
so,
definitely.
You know, and the trucker hat, which is the one I'm currently wearing, that has been lost again for about a year, sort of disappeared when that ring did. But why is it saying my chat is disconnected? Wow. That's what it did. It popped up, says chat disconnected. Please try while we reconnect. Hopefully the show's doing okay. It looks like it is. So.
Oh, and Scott's not blue either.
Oh, he's not, is he? There we go. That takes care of that. Anybody else I've missed? That's the original Grumpy Tumbler. I also have another one, which is the one I'm currently using. It has it. Anyways, all right. Yes. All right, and let's go back to that and bring everybody back. So, anyways, yes, you're blue now, Scott. Sorry about that oversight.
Good.
Does the poo powder come in suppository? No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Yep.
You know. It's strictly a powder, you know.
Yep.
And it's not recommended that you sniff it either. It's not that kind of a powder.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've this last week I didn't watch any YouTube. I really didn't. I did watch on Netflix. I watched the series Wednesday, which is about Wednesday Addams from the Addams family.
Yeah,
it was quite.
I have seen a little bit of that.
It was pretty good. It was, you know, it was better than a lot of the shows I've been trying to watch. Some of them are just like, oh my God, I just can't watch that because it's just, I don't know. It's a little, some of it's a little too far over to that side for me. And so if you guys, you know.
You mean a little woke?
Well, it's so woke it puts me to sleep. So.
Yeah, no.
Not fair. What did I do?
Hi, Charles.
What do you mean? What?
Hey, we
hello,
got Charles
Gillespie.
Yeah.
I'm listening. I'm blue. Yeah, Bill, you should be. You've been blue for a long time, I think.
Matt, I'm A positive.
Blood type O positive. Yep. Isn't O positive the universal one?
I believe so.
I think it is, yeah. It's the universal one. And I am also A positive. My dad was A positive and my mother was O negative. So that made me one of the they had to deal with the RH factor when I was born.
Adrian.
So.
Adrian, hey.
Adrian.
Hello, Adrian. Welcome to the show. And I want to thank Adrian for a week ago when I slept and missed your show Sunday evening for him stepping in. That was greatly appreciated, Adrian. And Glenn says he's atypical. Okay.
Atypical what?
A typical Aussie? No, I don't know. But yeah, it's but yeah, we had to deal. You know, of course, this was back in the 50s. You know, so the RH factor was a little bit bigger deal back then than it is now. Now it's, you know, it's like I think they can even give something to the mother now that deals with that. But yeah, my dad was A positive and my mother was, I don't remember if she was B negative or O negative. I can't remember now. But and she ended up with like her, I don't know, diamond pin or whatever she'd given for so many years. You know, she gave since she was a young person, and till she finally got to the point where it's just, they said, we really don't need your blood now. You know, we're doing good. Because as an older person, she started dealing with the high blood pressure and all that stuff. So yeah, but
Oh, and did you
see.
hear they changed the name of monkeypox?
Yes. What did they change it to?
Mpox.
Mpox. Isn't he like a rapper that got shot?
Yeah,
was that
Mpox. Yeah,
No, that
Mpox.
no, that was
Shakur.
Tupac. Yeah. Mpox Shakur. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just, I don't know. Maybe, Mpox.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it they changed that? Is there a reason, or they thought it would?
Because I guess they were afraid the gorillas might be upset.
Right, that's what I was thinking. And probably the monkeys that were
the
offended.
chimpanzees.
Well, and I gotta ask you, isn't there only one of the monkeys left from the band?
Yes, that would be Michael Dolenz.
Michael
Or
Dolan.
Mickey Dolan.
Mickey Dolan, yes. Mickey is the only one left. So maybe he,
Yeah.
because he lives out in Hollywood.
I'm the monkey. I'm gonna monkey around because everybody is dead. Everyone in town.
Was it Mike Nesmith was the last one to die, wasn't it? Or
he
was
was
it
the last one.
Before that was Peter and
Peter Tork.
Peter Tork, yeah.
And
the first
Davy
one
Jones.
was Davy Jones. He was the first one to die.
Yeah.
And if
if
you guys don't know who the monkeys are, you're just way too young.
Yeah.
Good ape impression. Yes, you do a good ape impression. And but yeah, I mean, that was a show that was it was a band that was created around the show,
Yeah.
Right.
And I think it was Mickey Dolan was an actor that had he'd been a child actor. And I can't remember exactly what shows he was in, but he was a child actor.
Right.
And went on, so he had the most acting. And of course, Peter Tork was a musician, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. He was the actual, and of course, Mike Nesmith, he was, he didn't have to work. Mommy had lots of money, so he didn't really have to work because
Liquid
Mommy,
paper fame.
yeah, liquid paper, exactly, yeah.
Yep.
You know what's sad is that I know all this trivial shit about a band that and a TV show that was only on like 2 seasons.
Yep.
That's
right.
sad. This is why I can't remember what I ate yesterday, because I got so much of this trivia crap packed in the back of my mind that there's no room left. It really is that bad. So
Yeah, I know that.
He started.
Peter was a folk singer.
He was in a children's TV show called Circus Boy.
Okay.
1956. And his name was Corky.
Corky, yes. Believe it or not, I have sometimes, you're right, Markley. Yeah. I actually have seen that show, Circus Boy. Probably in reruns. Because as a kid, I had older brothers, an older brother and 2 older sisters, and they were at that point, because being 10 and 12 years, 9, 10, 12 years older than me, they weren't into the Saturday morning cartoons. I liked watching Mighty Mouse and stuff like that, and they were into Sky King and Flicka and let's see, My Friend Flicka and Fury and all those other shows. Rin Tin Tin. And I was into, and that usually came on after the cartoons. So I'd get up, watch the cartoons, and they would sit back, they'd do their Saturday morning chores, and then they would come on and, after the cartoons were over, they'd have the more live action shows, and I remember that being one of them. Circus Boy was one of them that they watched.
Mhm.
You know, but
Mhm.
yeah, so I remember that too.
Oh, he was also in Zane Grey Theater.
Yeah, yeah. Now my dad watched Zane Grey Theater. It's like
Mm-hmm.
because he read all of Zane Grey's books. He was really into the Western,
Hello,
Western
Andrew.
paperbacks. Hey Andrew, how you doing there?
And we got Don Mudball Creative.
Yeah.
Hey Don. Hey Don, how you doing? We're gonna have to have Fisheye and Old Joe do a show together one
There
night.
you go.
That would be a fun show. It'd be a fun show. So,
Hello, Andrew.
Mm-hmm.
I did have a little
Howdy.
fun while I was out shopping. I have been practicing on doing what's my distance voice, which means it's sort of it's real hard to do. It's in the back of the throat, and I'm not that, yeah. Well, yeah. It's that here, they can nearly hear it. It's hard to do. But when you're in close proximity to somebody, when you're in close proximity to somebody, like we were walking through that TJ Maxx, which never go to one of those, discounts stores that carries all, during Christmas season. It was just a nightmare. But every time there was a lady standing there, and she was, I don't know, looking at some containers or something, and we'd been looking at some, and she's coming around the corner, and I'm going around the corner, and I did that and said, "Hey, lady, let me out of here," and she's like, "Oh," and I'm just kind of going on. She didn't, I did it good enough to where, she was close enough that I didn't have to really strain my voice, but I could do the voice in the back, and it came across pretty good,
Well, what you should have said, Lloyd, was nice camel too.
I probably would have, but if Judy had caught me, she'd have whooped my ass. But yeah, I was like, there was. Yeah, I'm doing my 90-year-old voice. That's actually the voice for Gus. Yeah, this is his voice. It's a little more throaty. And whereas Joe, yeah,
kind of like this, yeah.
Yeah. Whereas Jones is like this. It's more nasal. And it's an easier voice to do.
Usually, like
Yeah. You'll get it. I got a long way to go. Hey, I've only been doing it for about a year, and I don't do it all the time. But yeah, I don't usually do the ventriloquist stuff on the show, anyways, because people like, yeah, just what I want to see, an old man playing with dolls,
Yep.
But
Yep, that's what Jeff Dunham always says.
Yeah. Never once has anybody said, "Hey, ventriloquism is cool."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Jeff Dunham is one of my favorites, and he's, as I have learned and started practicing more, and I start looking, because I do a video every day, about a 5-6 minute video. Yeah, well, I do a video every day with my dummy and one of my puppets, and then I go back and I review it to see, what I can correct and how I can make it better, and that's the nice thing. Where poor Jeff Dunham, he did it back in the day where you had to sit in front of a mirror and stare at yourself. Fortunately, I got a camera and system, and I can, and I've taken 2 courses on it, which is, there's some good tips in it. Hey, who's the dummy here? Yeah, well, my dummy's sitting right here, but anyways, but yeah, so I do that. Well, now I catch myself watching other ventriloquists, and Jeff Dunham has a way that it didn't used to bother me when I was just watching him for the fun of his show, because he's so good. And the thing is his material is so good, but he has a certain way he holds his mouth. Now I find, instead of looking at Walter, I'm looking at his Adam's apple move up and down. Yeah. And see, I got the perfect face for it, because I got this droopy face, this old face, and I can just kind of do like this, and it's okay. It works. So, And but yeah, what? How many are we down to now? We're down to 26. We're starting to lose them.
Yep.
Give us a demonstration. I don't know if you guys want a demonstration. You want to see Joe?
Sure. Why not?
I haven't brought Joe on in a while. Okay. See, Dom, if you should have been here earlier, you could have prevented this, but now.
Yeah.
Anyways, say hello, Joe. Hello, guys. How you doing? What are you doing there? Are
Make
we
us say
live?
hello.
Yes. Yeah, you
Hey.
know, that clicking noise isn't annoying.
No, that's my dentures, asshole. Now, be nice. Art's a nice guy. Well, that's not what you said about him the other day. I didn't say anything bad about him. Just be quiet. Hey, who's the old Q doll down there? Who? Oh, the old Q. No, don't say that. That's Dominic. He's a nice guy. Well, he still looks like a. Well, actually, it's more like a bowling doll. Yeah. Anyways, so say goodbye, Joe. Goodbye, Joe. Hey, we'll see all you clowns later. I'm out of here. This show sucks. Yes, it does. And there you go. That's me doing a ventriloquist thing. So. Yeah. Soap, the dentures, and furniture polish. Yeah. Well, here's something. I don't know if you guys remember. It was Jimmy Nelson. Jimmy Nelson? Yeah. The ventriloquist. He had Farfel and can't remember the dummy's name. And thank you, Mr. J. But anyways, he did the NESTLES. Nestle's makes the very best, and then chocolate,
yes.
and then the dog's jaw slapped shut. Well, and you could hear the dog's jaw, because it was actually a control rod puppet like this guy. It was had a head mount with a trigger pull on it. But he was so nervous. He just, he'd been doing it for a long time. He'd been working for Texaco, and he went in there and to do it, but they wanted him to audition. Well, he got a little nervous. He does the thing in Farfel, and, sometimes you get to sweating and your finger can, usually you let off that, but if you get in a hurry like I was doing, you let off too quick, that spring slaps shut and you get that clicking noise. Well, that's what he did with Farfel. And he says, let me redo that. And they said, no, we want you. So they got ready to film it, and they said, where's the click at the end? Where's the click at the end of the show? Or at the end of the skit? And he said, no, that was a mistake. I don't want to put that in there. He said, no, we want that. So from that point on, every time he did that, he had to make the jaw click when it slapped shut. So that was, and it was all from a mistake. So, yeah. So anyways,
good night, Adrian.
Good night, Adrian. See, we're running them off now. Actually, we're coming up in about 8 minutes. You've got a real drone show. Drone Nation will be on, and you might actually learn something there. But Ray Allen and Lord Charles, that was another good one. British. So, and I have watched them. I'm thinking Ray Allen just passed away a few years ago because he was still performing.
Wow.
But yeah, he'd been doing it for a long time. He was definitely, and there was one guy. Now, Ray Allen and Lord Charles sounded like he was drunk all the time. With a British, he sounded like a British gentleman that was sloshed, and it helped because, every ventriloquist has a certain way of forming their words and stuff, and
you don't say.
Yeah, you don't say exactly, but I mean, there's a certain way you're supposed to do it, but depending on your voice, the structure of your voice, the depth of your voice, you have to kind of work around it. Jeff Dunham, if you look at his stuff, all of his characters sound very similar. Walter, but there's nuances. Other than he's really good at some voices, like the new kid Earl. Now that's got a higher kind of whiny voice, and he does that real good. Yeah, he's kind of like that. But Ray Allen, did that with Lord Charles, and it helped him. He could kind of slur the words and get a little sloppy with it, and everybody would laugh. Because it really comes down to, doesn't matter how damn good you are, if you have lousy scripts or you have a lousy routine, you're going to be a lousy ventriloquist. They're going to see every mistake you make. That's with Jeff Dunham. I can see, but his material is so good that even though he's been using some of the same jokes for 40 years now, or for 30 years now, they're still good because he delivers them in a different way, and the audience responds differently. And me, I've got scripts. I just don't practice them. I'm just working on trying to get the method down.
Yep. Oh, my favorite one was where he ad lib with Ahmed when he had the leg problem during the show.
Yes.
Oh God, that was so funny.
That is funny. Yeah, Sherry Lewis and Lamb Chops is another one.
Yep.
Maddie says he can do it. He just has to turn his head.
Do you know she wrote an episode of Star Trek, the original series.
She did. Yes, yes.
And what was the name of that episode?
I don't remember because we just talked about this 2 weeks ago and I forgot.
Lights of Zatar.
Oh yeah, Lights of Zatar. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, she wasn't always doing kids shows. She had to make a living after the kids shows kind of went away, and they had to start, Yeah, I would love to see Jeff Dunham live. I missed a chance this last summer. He was here and he was up in Tulsa, and I just couldn't swing it at the time. Just Judy wasn't feeling good, but yeah, Art knows his Star Trek trivia probably better than I do. So and but yeah, so but it's like Charlie McCarthy and Edgar Bergen. Edgar Bergen, his lips moved all the time.
Yes, they did.
He actually moved it. But part of that was he'd gotten, if you look at some of his early stuff, he's really good. But he got lazy from doing ventriloquism on the radio.
Right.
And how a guy does ventriloquism on the radio and becomes as famous as he does is beyond imagination. It just shows you the imagination of people watching. Today, they couldn't do that. Yes, yeah. There's a lot of guys that put that's why I try to turn to the puppet when he's talking to. It kind of. And that's probably why I'm growing a mustache to help hide that. Yeah, I've seen guys that literally bring the puppet over in front of them. I've seen guys that have great big mics in front of them that hide their mouth. Well, that's laziness. That's cheating.
Yeah.
And if you're going to do it, do it. If you're not, used to be a mime on radio, but it didn't last. Yeah. I can see that. We've managed to get within 2 minutes of this show being over, and it turned out pretty good.
It's nearly 1 o'clock, so I've got to go. Or 1 o'clock.
You got to go? Well, all right,
I've got to
Dom.
head out,
all right. It's always.
Okay. And Dominic, try the veal.
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, later. Enjoy. All right. We'll catch you later, Dom.
Bye.
So. Yeah.
God,
I just stay off the camera, the ultimate cheating. Art. But, yeah, so, guys, just, I'm going to go ahead and, I'm not even going to do the timer because, we're right at 8 o'clock now. So, Art, what do you got coming up on your show?
Well, I just released the video just before the show, and I've got my usual show on Saturday. I may do something a little different. I may do a tech giveaway.
Okay, all right.
Because of my last purchase from the auction was a bunch of gadgets, and I'm going through and testing them, see if they they work, and
if they do,
if they do, I'll say, who wants blah blah blah? Yeah, okay.
All right, excellent.
Put in the chat hashtag blah blah blah.
And that's at 6 o'clock Central Time on Saturday evenings. Is that correct?
Saturday evening. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and of course we have 3 Conservative Gimps, which is at 6 o'clock Sunday evenings.
Sunday. Yep.
6 o'clock Central Time Sunday. So
yeah,
a CPAP giveaway. Yeah, right. So
a CPAP that doesn't work.
Right. Anyways, guys, from myself and from Art, I want to thank everybody for being here. Don't forget to tune in to Drone Nation, which should be started in just a minute if it hasn't already. So I'm going to say what I always say at the end of my videos. Be kind. Treat each other better than you treat yourselves. Remember, everybody matters, even old men that play with dolls. God bless. God help the USA. We need it. All right? I'm the Grumpy Vlogger, and this is my buddy Art, and we are out of here. You guys have a good one.
Take care.